Past Black History Month, which was a great month, and now we're on to Women's History Month. So if you're a Black woman, it's a nice little nice little threshold, little common ground. So I'm looking forward to March and what that's bringing. So far, so good. Ooh. Hey y'all, what is going on? It has been a hot minute since I been in front of a camera talking to you guys. I did say I want to do like monthly updates as far as like what's been going on each month, because I do that in my blog where I do like monthly recaps of everything that went down. And I've been a little bit slacking on YouTube, but I'm here, y'all. I'm back. Happy New Year. I know it's March, but I hope your January went well. I hope your February went well, and I hope March is going well for all of you guys. Like, springtime is coming for us, and I'm excited. I will not miss the below zero chills. Like, I need some sun. I need a little bit of warmth. Like, I'm tired of wearing these big winter coats. Like, I'm ready to, be comfortable when I go outside. So yeah, it's March. A lot has happened. A lot has taken place the last couple months. So this will be like a recap as far as like life, Lupie updates, what's been going on with me as far as appointments and other good things, as like other things as well that took place. So we're gonna get right into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and break this up into break up this video into two parts. So the first one will just be about regular life, what's been going on in February, etc., etc. January took place. What happened in January? January was just a lot of like laying low, like setting my foundation for the year. It was super cold to do anything. So I just basically stayed in the house majority of that month, just saving my money, stacking, and just trying to knock out these goals I have for 2025. February was busy for me. We're talking busy as far as like personal, work, all of the above. So February was just very busy for me, and I'm not complaining at all because I wanted a lot to do. I had a lot of things I want to achieve and accomplish, and God just put a lot on my plate, and I was eating a lot. So, it was busy, but we're going to get right into it. So I have my notes. So February was busy, like I said, hustle and bustle. The first day of the month, actually, like February 1st, there was a pasta making class. And pasta making has been on my list for a long time to do. I just haven't had any luck for one that coincides with my scheduling. So when I saw that there was one available, I took it, I snatched it, and I went. So it was Saturday afternoon. It's about a 2-hour class, and it was so much fun. So the first method we learned was making pasta with semolina flour, and that was just water and the flour. Then the second one was we made ricotta gnocchi. So that's like ricotta cheese, egg, and flour. So that one was a bit more messy, but it was so much fun. I had a ball. So yeah, we end up making our own dough, and then eventually later we can like make it. But at the end of the class, the teacher made the dough for us to she made the pasta for us to try it so we know what it's supposed to taste like when we make our own. And that was great. I went there solo. I'm a girl of solo, doing a lot of solo things. Like, if I want something, I'm going to go and get it. If it's a class, I'm going to go. If there's an event, I'm going to go. And so I was okay going solo. It was actually pretty cool that a lot of other women in there were solo, actually. So that was pretty cool to see that. And it was just a fun class. It was all women in that class, yeah. So it was fun in there. And the instructor was like super cool. She is of Italian descent, so she was just telling us about like growing up in an Italian household, what they ate. Like, it was just a real good time. And so I was like, okay, this was like a nice trial. I definitely want to do more pasta making classes. There are a few places that do all type of like cooking and baking, so I definitely want to do that in the following months. In February, I was invited to a few events that were basically supporting and highlighting Black-owned businesses in Boston, which I loved. I was so honored to be invited to something like that because that's something I always would love to do. So I was able to go to a few events, check out the businesses, and that was a ball. I got to network with a lot of people, meet a lot of people, meet the owners of the businesses. Like, it was such a great experience. No complaints. Like, that was really the highlight of one of the highlights of my month. So it was really nice. There was 2 events that I went to. What else did I have in February? Oh yeah, I ended off February with, auntie duty. Because the kids were on February vacation, they ended the weekend with us, so my mom and I, which was amazing because I haven't seen them in a while, and I miss my kids. I call them my kids. Those are my kids. I don't care. Miss my kids. So we went out to Texas Roadhouse. It was their first time going, and I know it won't be their last. I know they're gonna ask me to take them there next time. They love the rolls. They are big cheese fans. Macaroni and cheese, mozzarella sticks, anything cheese. My kids will eat them. Okay, so they got mozzarella sticks, and they loved that. They were just eating the rolls and the mozzarella sticks. By the time the real food came, they weren't eating that much because they were full. But they took it home, which was fine. But it was nice to see them. My mom was like super elated that we all went out. And then after it was Christmas part 2, we went to some stores nearby to go shop till we dropped, and that was so much fun. Yeah, that was great. That was that was the highlight of my month. Like, my first highlight was seeing them and spending time with them, hanging out with them on a weekend before they went back to school. And the second highlight was basically like going to the Boston, like, Black-owned businesses in Boston. That was such an amazing experience for me to do. I was very honored that I was invited to that. So I hope to be invited to many more things. And yeah. What else is there? Because I know I got to get into my appointments and stuff, the Lupie updates. But as far as, like, outside of appointments and stuff, yeah, work was steady, which I was happy about, keep me busy at work. I think that's really it. Wrestling, I'll do my wrestling takes. I've been watching a lot of wrestling again because the storylines have pulled me in. So I'll do a separate video about that, recapping everything that took place. So yeah. And I've been trying to, oh yeah, that's another thing. I've been trying to sort out my travel as far as what I want to do. I don't want to live in fear. I want to have faith, but I'm not going to hold you. Like, I'm terrified of flying right now. It's a lot of unfortunate events and devastating events that took place the last few months with air travel, and I'm just like, I'm terrified. I'll be lying to myself. I'm not. So I've been like, okay, I still want to travel. I want change of scenery. So I'm going to shift into, like, train travel. So Amtrak will be my friend this year. Maybe by the end of this year, I will go back into flying. But for right now, just in the near future, I just want to keep it train. And thankfully, the Amtrak goes to a lot of places that I'm, like, looking at, like New York, New Jersey, DC, Baltimore. Granted, it's going to be a longer commute, but I'm okay with that. I can take a overnight train and get to where I need to go and be there in the morning. Like, I'm cool with that. The last time I did Amtrak was when I went to WrestleMania last year. I did that for Philly because I knew I was going to bring a lot of stuff back home. And I didn't want to check my bag with all my expensive WWE merch, my regular stuff. So I was like, nope, I'll take the 6-hour train ride. I'm cool. And I liked it. I was in business. No complaints. So my plans are to go to New York, New Jersey, go back to Baltimore again, probably do a weekend out there because I did a 1-day trip, like just a 1 day where I flew in and flew back the same day. DC, I miss DC. I haven't been to DC since, like, my birthday from 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago now. So yeah, I'll definitely during the summertime because DC and New York are lit. Like, a brunch, good, and even like a lot of, like, good events happen in DC and New York. So I will be out there. So yeah. So we tied up everything I want to cover. January, I had a few appointments in January. I had a lot of appointments in January, actually, and that would be in my blog. Because I can't remember top of my head what I did in January. Oh yeah, January I had a eye appointment to see what's going on with my eyes. Then I had an appointment with my dermatologist. I had an appointment with my rheumatologist and nephrologist. So you know what? I'll loop that in the second part because that actually helps what's been happening in February. So I'm going to circle back with you guys. We're going to pull in to our Lupie update coming up. Now we are back to talk about my Lupie updates. So this one, I'll try my best to keep it concise and in order because I know it's a lot. So January came, my insurance finally reactivated because that was the main issue of November and December. It was tough. It was so tough. But January, my insurance activated. So I was able to, but during that time I was still waiting. I need to get my eyes checked because since like November, like late November or mid-November, my eyes, I woke up one morning, my eyes just were blurry. It felt like, you know, your lenses are dirty, like your glasses. It felt like that, but for my eyes. So I'm like, okay, maybe something got in my eye. Maybe something's a little bit irritated. So I was like, okay, I'll let it rock. So I was like, maybe wear my glasses and maybe that will help. Put my glasses on. It felt like my actual lenses were dirty. So I cleaned my glasses, and I'm like, what is going on with my eyes? So I was like, you know, I'll give it like 2-3 days before I start like getting nervous. So I remember I was talking to my homegirl, and she's like, maybe, and I described it as blurry. So she's like, there is times where, because she has low iron as well, she's like, sometimes she has blurry vision, and that was like a symptom for her or issue, but it went away. So I was like, okay, I do have real low, I do have extremely low iron, so let me try to work on that. So I drink a lot of like smoothies where I have spinach, beets. I eat a lot of stuff that's packed with iron. So I was like, okay, let me just double it up now. Nothing was working. So then I started doing my research because I know with like when you have lupus and taking Plaquenil, there can be a potential problem with your retina, like weakening, or I can't remember the actual terms, but like something can really happen to your retina. So they have to like watch your eyesight like every year, like check your eyesight. So I was okay, oh, Lord, I'm like, I hope it's not that. But then I also saw something about uveitis. And I was like, okay, this might be it, because with lupus and how I usually react, my body always got something itis. It's always inflammation of something. So I was like, okay, it could be uveitis. So I was able to get an appointment. Fast forward, November, this was happening. December, this was happening. But January, I was still waiting for my insurance to be activated. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just work around my budget and just take money out to go see a eye doctor outside of my network, because I really need to get this sorted out. So I went to an eye doctor, very nice person, and like you was doing like a full exam. She literally took photos of my eyes, and then like they did something else, and within like 10 minutes they got the results, and she's like, yeah, you got cataracts. And I was like, oh. And she's like, yeah, but cataracts, the only way to remove cataracts is to get them surgically removed. So now I'm in her seat like, whoa, I was not expecting cataracts. I thought it's going to be something where I can like eventually treat with like medication or something, not surgery. If anyone knows me, knows I don't like nothing near my eyes. So to now hear I have to get surgery, I'm like, I was shook. I remember leaving the appointment like, calling my mom, just panicking. And when I got home, I just spoke to her, and I was just up that whole night like, bro, what's going on? Because I think it's the optometrist. Yeah, the optometrist, the lady I saw, the doctor I saw, she said that this is caused by medication. And because you're on the prednisone for so long, this is what happened. So I was just feeling all of the things where I'm just like, wow. Because I try to take something to help my other body parts, or like me functioning, I now have something that's even crazier. So it was a lot to like sit with. So yeah, but she was very nice. So she's like, your best bet is to speak to an ophthalmologist to go about surgery and stuff like that. And she's like, if you need any like help or referrals or any of the above, please call me. So she gave me like her number and her email, which was like super nice, like really helpful. So I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I guess, this is it. So end of January, and throughout this whole time as well, my face was like really acting up. Like I had a butterfly rash, and I haven't had a butterfly rash since I was first diagnosed. So like under my eye, like the bridge, it was like my skin was like tough. And like even over here, like I saw like a little bit of a scar, but like it was like super like dark, like almost black across my eyebrow. My skin was very dry and flaky. It was just like, again, random. So I was like, so between all my eyesight, this was happening as well. And like I said, I always put all my stuff. I believe all my stuff is on my blog. Like I always like to keep you guys updated. So that's on my blog as well when I talk about it a lot. Because and thinking back, I think that's another reason why I was very like hesitant on recording myself, because I was very self-conscious. Like I'll be talking to people, like people who don't know me, even people who are not my village, because they, but like I'll be talking to someone that's like, I know they're looking at me, but I see they'll be really looking at like my right side. Like it was noticeable. And so I think, and it's like, I know that people know I have lupus. This is my page. This is what I talk about. But I was just like, like looking at myself was hard. Like I remember during time I just washed my face and I wouldn't really spend a lot of time in the mirror because I was like, what is going on? Like, you know. So, anyways, the end of the end of January, I was able to see my rheumatologist and my nephrologist. I see them back to back that same day. So we did a lot of testing. Get my blood work, seeing how my kidneys are, seeing how my lupus is. Like that was a real detailed, thorough appointment back to back, which I appreciated because I haven't seen them since September. Because in December, I got turned away because my insurance wasn't active. So yeah, it's been like 3 months at this time since I saw them. So we just did a lot of like catching up, all the things, all the above. So they both saw the rash on my face breaking out. They saw, all that. So they referred me to see my dermatologist. This dermatologist was a anchor in diagnosing me off the rash. So when it says I'm going to be seeing her, I was like, oh, great. She already knows me, like, all that. So like maybe 3 or 4 days later, I went to go see my dermatologist and basically saying, yeah, it definitely is lupus related, like as I expected. So she gave me this cream to like treat it. So it's been about a little bit over a month and it has cleared up tremendously. She gave me a cream to put on my face every day and it has been doing its job because it's clearing up tremendously. Like the thick callous skin under my eye has gone. Like it feels like regular skin again now. The scar right here is still there, but it's not as bad as when it happened. Like my eyebrows were flaky, like my skin was dry. It just was all the things. So the craziest thing about it all was I just thought it was my face. But they said, oh no, on your arm as well, there seems to be like a lupus flare on your arm and on your lower back. I just thought it was just dry skin. But she's like, no, it's active on there too, which is very weird because they've never been active on like my arm, my back. Like it's always just my face. As far as like rash wise. So she gave me topical cream to take care of that. So it's been about a month now. The thickness of the scar is going down. It's gone. Actually, it feels like real skin again. And it's still, a little bit left on my forehead, like a little scarring. But I mean, it is what it is. I look better. And my arms, my lower back have been resolved. So I'm thankful for that. So yeah, that was in January. So January I ended off with seeing my rheumatologist, nephrologist, and my dermatologist. A lot of ologists. During my rheumatology appointment, I told my rheumatologist, like, yeah, I saw someone beginning of the month. They think it's cataracts. She said it's cataracts. And she was like, my rheumatologist was like, you know what? Let's go get a second opinion before we start talking about surgery. So I was like, okay, that's great. Like, yeah, let's get that done. Especially because I told her we didn't do a full-on exam. It was just picture, boom, you have cataracts. So my rheumatologist referred me to another optometrist to get a second opinion. So that is, now we're in February. So I can give you a timeline of February. So I have my phone because I wrote this on my blog to keep track. So February 6th, I went to go see the optometrist to get a second opinion. So we did testing and she said, I do have cataracts and this is the type of cataracts that are caused by medication. So I was like, okay, I got a second opinion. They're saying the same thing. So she said, okay, I'm going to refer you to an ophthalmologist, and I'm gonna schedule you his first available appointment. So I was like, great. I go to the front desk now. They're like, yeah, he's not available for consultation until April. So in my head, I'm like, oh, this is so backed up. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my research and try to find another one outside of network. If I gotta shell out hundreds of dollars, cool. This is my eyesight. So it was whatever. So, okay, that was sorted out. February 13th was my iron infusion because, again, my iron levels are always low, but my doctor has said my iron levels are extremely low. So I got an infusion. My mom came with me, which was really nice. That took about 2-3 hours. And they always say give it about a month to see results, like a difference in your body from the iron infusion. So I'm still waiting for the difference. Fast forward to the 19th of February, I was able to see an ophthalmologist out of network. So they're out in Stoneham. So I had the appointment. We did a full series of exams on my eyes. And she said, yes, you have cataracts. And she said, I can do your surgery. The only thing is that I'm not going to be available until July. And I'm like, oh. I was like, oh my goodness. So we talked a lot about the risks, all the things about the surgery. And so she said that she is booked up, but just to book her in July, just in case. So I was like, okay, great. So yeah, reality started really settling in when the ophthalmologist said, yeah, like, we have to talk about surgery now. And yeah, so I'm going to run through the appointments and I'll do my full recap and my thoughts about everything. So February 19th, I saw her out in Stoneham. Okay, great. Then about almost a week later, by the grace of God, the ophthalmologist that was in network in Boston, he had a last minute cancellation. So I took it. It didn't matter what time it was, I was taking it. So on the 25th, I saw him. And anything long story short, he confirmed everything. Cataract surgery. He said that he's not available until about June. But I like this doctor a little better. He's a little bit more empathetic. He took more time to talk to me and break things down about the type of lenses I should want for surgery. Don't want to be nearsighted, farsighted, the potential risks, all the things. And like, I was trying to keep a brave face, but I think he could see on my face and my body language, like I was nervous. So he's like, you know what we'll do? Any questions you come up with, because I know I'm throwing a lot at you, write it down. You can do your research, but also I want us to talk about what you found and what you came up with in your conclusions. And we'll do that. And then we'll proceed with we'll continue on with the surgery and like surgery process. And he's like, even if you change your mind, that's okay. As far as the surgery, but he's like, let me book you in a month so we can talk about everything. So you're a little bit more at ease. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, thank God, because I was like, it was a lot. And it kind of rocked me because I'm like, oh, it's a lot. So yeah, I really liked him. So I'm glad that I saw him and he'll be potentially doing my surgery. So I'm looking forward to that. He also emphasized, him and his resident emphasized that, not like, of course you can be nervous and all that, but don't be too scared because this is a common procedure that they do. They say they do about 5 of those surgeries per day. So like, it's not like some rare surgery. So I was like, okay, that makes me feel better that you do it like, you're doing it like clockwork, So yeah. Then the 26th was my Benelista infusion. So that's the one you book every 6 months, because that's my new medication now that I'm taking to treat my lupus. I took my first one in August, and from August to now, I sense a huge difference in my health. I'm not severely flaring like that. I remember times I'll be bedbound, I'll be cane bound, and I have not been like that. So I am so thankful. I thank God. I thank my nephrologist and rheumatologist for referring this medication to me, because I have a little bit more sense of independence now. I got that back, and I'm so thankful for that. So the only thing that's so scary is like the needles for me, because I hate needles, and like sometimes when I try to get the vein, it hurts. But outside of that, once I get over that hump, I can relax. Like in that clinic, it's clean, it's quiet. They have like they have recliner chairs, so you can literally like relax and like nap during your, infusion. So my mom was with me. I was expecting like 5 to 6 hours because she went slower, which I understand because of the bad reaction I had last year. So I was okay, 5 6 hours, okay. But after like 2 3 hours, we were done. So my mom and I, we went home. I slept the whole night and just to recover. And yeah. So I'm booked for August. Same thing, August, and then next time will be February 2026. So it's just every 6 months, because I remember when I first was introduced to Benalista, like, oh, you can do monthly injections on your own, or you can go to a clinic and get it done every 6 months. I said every 6 months at a clinic, because I know me. I don't like needles. I don't like poking myself or anything. So I was like, yeah, I don't trust myself. I won't do it. So I'm glad I'm doing this now. So yeah, that really wrapped up my February. Like, it was mostly consisted of appointments. Like, some of these appointments were scheduled way in advance. Some appointments were just last minute, like, hey, can you come in tomorrow? And I was just like, yeah. And no matter what I was doing, I just dropped everything because this was important. These are things that were stopped because my insurance wasn't active. So it was just full swing from January to like now of just nonstop appointments, just catching up for lost time. So I feel good. I've been, crossing my T's and dotting my I's, getting all my necessary things done for my health. And yeah, what else to talk about? Yeah, it was hectic, but it was fun. I had a good time, like going to the events and going to pasta making class. And then seeing my kids. So seeing my kiddos, I call them kiddos, seeing my kiddos, and, spending time with them, shopping, catching up, laughing, having a great time. So yeah, I'm just thankful that I got all that stuff done. So as the summer and spring is starting to roll around the corner, I did all the heavy lifting so I can like relax and have more fun for this month. So far this month has been, like, March has been cool. Like, I'm liking it. It's been calm and chill. And I have a few goals I want to knock off for March. Some personal goals, some like business oriented goals as far as like work and stuff like that. And so far so good. Trying to think what else to cover. Not gonna lie, like, my mental health was a little shaky trying to like deal with all of these things, these appointments, especially the cataract one. Because like, even when I was looking up stuff like about cataracts, it's like the Google and everyone else is talking, they're automatically talking to an older crowd, 50, 60, 70 and up. And so when, I was like, I'm not 50, 60. Like, ugh. So because I remember one thing was like, oh, it's okay, it's a part of aging when you get like 50, 60. And I'm like, I'm nowhere near there yet. So it's tough, because when I hear cataracts, I hear of people who are, in the other stages of their life. So I was like, man, having surgery is like really rocking me. Eye surgery. And of course, they have to tell you the potential risks. And they're like, no, nothing to worry about, like, but it's just still like, I'm terrified. I'm petrified. I don't know. But I've been doing my research with the kind of lenses I want. Because a lot of hospitals are very restricted on with the type of lenses they have. The one I'm going to, they have a lot of options. So I was like, okay. Start doing my Google and stuff like that, because I remember someone saying they wanted a particular one, but the insurance didn't cover it. But at my hospital, it covers it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to be doing my Googles, and, money ain't a thing. So that's my homework for this month, is to really sit and lock in and write down everything that I have so we can go over it together, which I really like that he was able to do that, because someone, I'm like, yeah, just call and I'll follow up with you. But no, to actually sit down and have a good like hour appointment where we can talk about everything and bounce off each other is amazing. So yeah, that's in April. And then yeah. You know, it's just like lupus is really swinging on me. Like, whew, whew. So yeah, again, I think I'm gonna do a different. I always like to say I'm gonna do separate videos. Just I'm not doing like a big long video, but I want to do like a separate video about cataracts, how I feel, and you know I'm good for doing a blog, so that'll be on my site. That's where I really try to deep dive into everything. And yeah, but I'm looking forward to March. That's we passed Black History Month, which was a great month, and now we're on to Women's History Month. So if you're a Black woman, it's a nice little nice little threshold, little common ground. So I'm looking forward to March and what that's bringing. So far, so good. I have a few things up my sleeve what I want to do for March. Mid-March, I'll probably do a video because mid-March is my mom's birthday. Like, this is her birthday month. So I'll probably do like a little check-in, see how everyone's doing. I'm trying to do better on that, y'all. I'm trying to do better. But yeah, a lot of amazing things are happening in March, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to talk about it until when they come and gone. So yeah. I think I covered everything. Like I said, I'll do a separate video on wrestling, probably like my cataract, you know, journey and how I feel, and just really deep diving into my thoughts and feelings with lupus and stuff like that. And yeah, but it's been great talking to you guys. I think I brought you guys all up to date with everything. And yeah, hope you see more travel vlogs too when I go to like New York or Jersey or Baltimore, DC. But as always, it's been great talking to you guys, chatting with you guys. But I won't hold you guys up any longer. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Have a good month. And I'll see you later. 2 and 2.